The Fisker Ocean is one of the few new EVs coming from a new brand that isn't Chinese. Fisker Inc. is the brainchild of Danish car designer Henrik Fisker, who played a vital role in the design of cars like the BMW Z8, Aston Martin DB9 and the first generation V8 Vantage. In 2016 he started the company Fisker Inc., which today has spawned the Ocean, their first vehicle, with more to come. Today I test drive the Ocean for the very first time and find out if it is any good. I have to warn you guys, this is a super short test drive. I don't have a lot of time with this car, and also I haven't had a lot of time to prepare. I've had a walkthrough on video and also had a walkthrough with the sales guy here at Fisker in Stockholm. I've had a super busy schedule the past week. I've been to Finland, now I'm on my way back to Norway. I filmed a lot of videos. I went to Kempower and Lahti. And yeah, just overall in general, it's been a super busy week. And on top of that, I'm super tired because I almost didn't sleep on the ferry. And I'm here shooting the second video of the day and we're losing daylight. So just all, the caveats and the asterisks to why this may not be a complete test drive. But hopefully I'll be doing a proper test drive later on early next year, hopefully in the springtime, and also doing a range test and stuff like that. We had terrible weather here in Stockholm today. Thankfully now it's clearing up, the roads are drying, but we're losing daylight. So this is a Fisker Ocean. This is the Extreme, so this is the top trim with the big battery pack with 4-wheel drive, and it is quite an impressive package for what you get for the money. So just a quick run through. Again, I don't know all about the stats, but I'm going to put them here on the screen for you guys. This is about the same size as a Tesla Model Y or a Volvo XC60, and has dual electric motors, 470 horsepower off boost and like 560 horsepower on boost, and a WLTP rated range of 707 kilometers, and that comes thanks to a huge 113 kilowatt hour battery pack. Usable capacity is 106.5 kilowatt hours in this class of vehicle. That is super impressive that you're able to get this much battery for this much money. And from my first impressions driving this car, well, exterior, I really do like it. Interior, it is pretty nice. There are a lot of cool features in this car. This has, the panoramic sunroof, which also has solar panels. Some, dodgy, materials and switchgear here and there. This car, is built in Austria. Henrik Fisker, who designed this, is Danish, but the company is an American company, and their next few cars are also going to be built in, the USA. So we're heading northward now out of Stockholm. We're already like 30 or 40 kilometers north of Stockholm, but we're gonna head on the motorway and do a little bit of motorway driving again. No range test of this car. Conditions are pretty bad. It's cold, it's wet, it's rainy, so not the best conditions for this car. So let's see if we can get the adaptive cruise control working. How do you turn it on? Oh, that's the drive mode. Oh, okay, Earth. And then we activate it. No, not sure. Oh, this one. Is this the button? Ah, there we go. And then we increase the speed like this. Okay, yeah. So there's a scroll wheel. There we go. So pretty intuitive, pretty easy to use. And now we're cruising at a steady 120 kilometers an hour. And we're on winter tires. We're on Bridgestone Bliss X, which isn't a very common winter tire. I haven't used them on many cars, or not a lot of cars I test drive have these tires. And they're fine enough, but I think they're a little bit noisy because they're very, very coarse, very like super Nordic winter tires. So I think your Nokians or your Continentals are going to be a little bit more quiet. But that being said, it's fine. It's smooth. The suspension is smooth. It's taut, but it's also at the same time kind of compliant. It's isolates the road pretty nicely, and also wind noise is kept to minimum. I think this has double glazed windows. Yeah, quite thick double glazed windows. So driving on a motorway, it is pretty nice. The cabin, from the beltline and up does feel a little bit cramped, but that is because the beltline is very high and the roofline is very low. That is a design decision, which makes this car look pretty badass on the outside. But there's no compromise in space and room. It is pretty roomy, but because the cowl is a little bit, or the cowl here is high and the roof comes down a little bit low, it feels like the front windscreen is just a little bit letterboxy. So that's just something to note. I mean, if you really want that great visibility, this may not be, the best car in that sense, but it's not bad at all. It's not bad at all. You also have two rear view cameras. One is this, which is, a camera mirror, which I'm not a huge fan of, but I mean, in some places it is very useful. If you have the back seat full of people, you won't be obstructed with your rear view. But yeah, I'm not a huge fan of that. But otherwise, driving wise, this is pretty solid. I mean, it drives like a brand that has been established for decades. But let's see if we can find some B roads, some country roads, and test it out there. So I don't know how many like country roads or twisty roads there are here outside of Stockholm. I've never been to this place here before, and we're also losing daylight, so we don't have a lot of time to film, so I hope it's not too dark for you guys. But we're gonna put the car into fun, which is what I'm guessing is sporty drive mode. And then we're gonna test out the performance. We're gonna test out how this car, drives and stuff like that. We have an old Volvo 740 in front of us. That is pretty cool. So let's just make a little bit of gap to this Mazda in front of us. Okay, and let's do a pull from a dig. Okay. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, it's pretty fast. It's pretty fast, yeah. Yeah, 470 horsepower is nothing to joke about. Even though this is an electric car, this is a huge and large EV. Yeah, it still moves. There's a little bit of delay, but I like that. It's not, immediately, it builds a little bit. And then you just feel all of the wheels spinning. Just losing grip. Not properly, but you're just trying to stay on for traction. So how does steering feel? Oh yeah, this is, we're not gonna go fast here. This is like a speed camera. I don't even know what the speed limit is here. 70, okay, we're going fast now. But beautiful landscape here outside of Stockholm. Yeah, steering, pretty light around center. So not a lot of feel, which I'm guessing isn't one of, their focus points. But it's fine, it's fine. It's not as quick as something like in a Tesla Model Y, which I do prefer. I mean, slower steering is more relaxing. Maybe it's not as fun on a twisty road. Again, not too many twisty roads here, but just for normal driving, this is so much better than like a Model Y. It's so much more isolated. The suspension setup is actually pretty impressive. I mean, the roads are quite smooth here. If we had time, we would drive into Stockholm. But I've been driving, a Volvo XC40 Model Year 24 for the past week and a half. And this feels smoother and more quiet. It is actually quite impressive to drive from a company that is new. Today's video is sponsored by Zaptec and the Zaptec Go home charger. The Zaptec Go is a small, cool, and stylish home charger that can charge up to 22 kilowatts on AC charging and will work with every electric car on the market. It actually won Best in Test in the Norwegian Automobile Association's independent test of home chargers in 2022. So if you want to support the channel, if you want one of the best home chargers on the market, go to the link in the description box down below and purchase the Zaptec Go from there. Yeah, so it's already dark here in Stockholm. I wasn't kidding, we're losing daylight and losing it fast. It's not even 4 o'clock and it's very dark outside. Hopefully, or thankfully for you guys on camera, it is much brighter because of the lens and the camera, which works a lot better in low light than my eyes. But okay, enough about that. Again, this was a very short test drive. If you want to see, a more detailed tour of the exterior and interior, I'll link that video in the description box down below. A beautiful blue-colored Fisker Ocean I filmed here at the Fisker dealer here outside of Stockholm. But yeah, overall, this is a very cool car. And I can't wait to test it more properly when I have more time, when I haven't been traveling for a week, when I haven't been sleeping for like 3 hours through the night. and when we have more daylight. Just the conditions today were pretty poor, but I really wanted to get a video out, like a first impressions driving video of this Fisker Ocean. I like it on the exterior, I like the interior, I like the way it drives. Yeah, it is really, really nice, an impressive piece of kit for this price point. So guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please drop me a thumbs up down below, and for more car content, as always, please subscribe. See you guys later, and goodbye.